Okay, people, let's do some analysis of the USD chef market today. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can see, and let's make something different today. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all well. Okay, so we're looking at the 1 day chart so far, and as we can see, we have a low of 0.83744. Okay. So in this area, this is where we have a support area on the daily. Let me just mark that out, in fact. And support. Cool. And we have a resistance area here on the daily as well. Let's change that to 1B resistance. Cool. But that's fine. And we have more higher lows here, lower highs, sorry, I'm saying it the wrong way around. Um, and we have a bit of a trend here. So let's have a look at this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. So we looking at, we go. Let's take this one instead. Okay, so that's our trend line going down. If the market breaks this line, we want to be going into a buy trade. We want to be looking for a buy trade, I should say. So far, it looks like the market is sitting at the top of on top of this support area. Looks like it's slightly broken through. Let's see how it finishes. If it finishes with the body within, then it may break back into this accumulation zone. So what we can do to spot that out, we can drag that over. So as you can see now, that is well within the accumulation zone. And let's add some text to it. Let's see what we can do. 1 day accumulation. Boom. Oops. Yeah, boom. Okay, so it's in there. And we have a few areas. So we have the bottom of the accumulation zone, the top, which is already broken into. However, we have 14.5 hours left of the day. So let's go down to the 4 hour. Cool. Oh, before we do that, sorry. As we can see, the MACD on the 1 day is pushing down. It's created a bear signal. Um, and it's just started. Now, for me personally, I don't like this because it didn't start at the top like here. I prefer when they start at the top above the histogram. When they start below, I feel like you don't know how long they're going to last for. So I tend not to get in trades when I see this. I don't use this as a um something to call it a verification, basically. I wouldn't, because it's underneath the histogram. Um, and then the other thing would be looking at these EMAs. You got the fast EMA, your medium EMA, and your slow EMA, and they've just crossed into the right order. Therefore, I am expecting a pullback at some point, maybe to this level here, where we have a resistance area. So about 0.86353, at least to there for some point, at some point, sorry. The reason why I say that is because whenever I've noticed that whenever these cross into the right order, the market doesn't continue. This is now giving a bear signal, but what I've noticed is as soon as it does that, the market doesn't continue. It goes back for liquidation, pulls back, and does the opposite of what it says it's going to do first, grabs liquidation, and then pushes forward with the extra liquidity it's got from the people who went the opposite way. So for me, I'm now looking for that pullback. Therefore, I don't expect this candle to finish within this accumulation zone unless I have drawn it wrong. So going down to the 4 hour chart, here we go. Once again, as you can see, the market has turned bearish. We have that MACD bearish signal as well. Looks like it's starting to flatline, which tells me that there is a retest coming up. You've also got a lot of wicks on the bottom. That's quite a strong push there. So let's see how it finishes. Obviously, we've still got 2.5 hours in this candle. So it could be another wick again. I suspect it will be. And yeah, like I said, I'm looking for that pullback for the liquidation push again. Yes, there has been a push here. However, I'm not too confident that that is the only push we're going to get. So let's see how this goes. Um, I'm gonna go down to the 1 hour, just zoom in and see what we can see if there's anything different. Not really, to be honest. I may be missing a few things, but I can't see much as of yet. Um, what I can do, in fact, is draw another line so that if it breaks out, we know the plan, right? So there's two things it can do here. It will either break out and go up, or it will break out, touch somewhere near this line, and continue to consolidate, which is the accumulation zone. So that's something we also need to take into consideration as well. What I'll do is change that so it doesn't show up. Ah, so it is set. Brilliant. So yeah, coming down to the 23-minute, this is what we're looking at. So we can see lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. It made one higher high here and then made a higher low here, but then resumes to higher lows and maybe a lower low here. This tells me that possibly the trend is changing, or it could just be that retest that I said from earlier. So key areas to think about are 0.86353, the opening of the accumulation zone. As you can see, it looks like I may have drawn that wrong because it's kind of sitting a bit lower. So I may have drawn it wrong. And this is the thing when you're drawing, you can't always be accurate all the time when you're zoomed out. And this is why I zoom in and go into the lower time frames to see what I'm really looking at. Um, the high, do you think it will go up there? There's very big possibility it could with the right push of 0.88561. It's not impossible and it can happen. So that's something else to look out for. What you do want to look out for is if it pushes down into this accumulation block zone, sorry, and pushes out the other opposite end, that you're going to get a bounce off this 1 day support. That 1 day support is 0.83744. This is my analysis of the charts today on Monday, the 7th of April. Now I am in Bali, so my times are a bit earlier than yours. But yeah, tell me what you think. Leave some comments underneath. Let's build and get this show on the road. Remember to look out for the journal that I've dropped, the King's Journal, for all the men who are aspiring to be better people, who want to deal with their finances better, who want to be fathers, who want to teach the next generation the right way, who just want to be better for themselves or in a relationship and want to have that king mentality where their woman looks up to them, anything like that. That journal is there for you. Also, there's the AI mentor. Have a look at that. Have a look out for that. Sorry, I'm slurring my words here. An AI mentor will help you in life, in trading, anything you need. Look at the two websites. They're both in the profile. on Instagram. In fact, I'm going to try and put them on the YouTube profile as well if I can. So have a look out for that. If you can't see them on the YouTube profile, go to the Instagram profile. It's linked already in the YouTube. Have a look, see what you think, and yeah, let's build. We're built, not begged. Let's keep it going, guys. Love you all.